Today we're gonna make slow cooker pulled chicken barbecue. It is an easy homemade barbecue sauce that is then cooked with the chicken so that it keeps it moist and tender, and then it pulls apart beautifully and effortlessly with forks. It makes a delicious sandwich, or you can use it as a pulled chicken barbecue plate with all the fixings like coleslaw and mac and cheese and just anything your heart desires. Let's get into it. So the first step obviously here is to make our sauce. You could of course use a prepared store-bought barbecue sauce, but I actually really like this one. It's from a vintage cookbook, and it's a little bit looser than one that you might find in the store. If you are buying one from the store, you probably want to add a little bit of water just to loosen it up a little bit to give it time to slow cook and not get too thick and burn. So we've got like a little two-step situation happening right here. We are going to combine our first ingredients in our pot. So that is water, apple cider vinegar, and this is black pepper, cayenne pepper, a little bit of heat, kosher salt, butter. Now normally I don't put butter in my barbecue sauces, but for this chicken, it's excellent. And then we're gonna add this one small sliced onion. Now, barbecue sauce that you're gonna use on something else, I would actually puree this after it cooks, and that way it's, just kind of smooth and silky. But I actually really like the onion slices in with the pulled chicken. It makes a whole melange that's just, honestly, it's delightful. So we're gonna give that a quick little stir. And then we're gonna pop this on our stove over here, kind of on medium heat, for about 20 minutes. It's going to, obviously the butter's gonna melt, it's gonna come to a boil, the onions are going to get soft and translucent, and then we'll add the rest of our ingredients. I forgot an ingredient. Yes, I did. 1 lemon slice. You could squeeze lemon juice in there if you'd like, but the kind of peel, it gives it like a little bit of an edge. It's just, it's just a different take on barbecue sauce. All right, it's been boiling about 20 minutes, and you can see that it is thickened, and all of those juices have been either evaporated or absorbed. They've just mixed together into one. You can see that the butter is homogeneous, it's emulsified, it is gorgeous. We're just gonna fish out the lemon. You can smell the lemon in there. It's not lemony, but you can just you get hints of it in the scent, which is just a beautiful addition. So without further ado, we are ready to add the rest of our ingredients. So we've got ketchup here, a staple in barbecue sauce. Okay, we've got prepared mustard. This is American mustard. You could certainly use Dijon if you'd like. It's gonna add a slightly different flavor profile, but you do you. Whatever you like. I'm here for it. And then Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. And then we're gonna add Worcestershire sauce, or however you pronounce it, probably the proper way. And then you're gonna pour it in. This has been sitting in my cabinet and is a little thicker than most. So I'm feeling pretty excited about that because I think it's gonna be kind of a condensed flavor. Anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead and give this a nice little stir. I'm not gonna add any more salt. We added salt at the beginning. There's also salt in your ketchup and your prepared mustard, and also in your Worcestershire sauce. I think it's Worcestershire, even though it says Shire at the end. So I'm gonna go ahead and just bring this back up to a boil, and then we are gonna get our chicken and our slow cooker, and dinner's basically ready, or lunch, let's be honest, it's gonna be lunch. So you can see that it's come to a boil, and it is beautiful. And normally I am a card-carrying member of the Low and Slow Barbecue Sauce Club, but today we're putting it in a slow cooker, so we don't need to do that, right? It's gonna develop flavors in our little crock pot, and then we're gonna open it up, and lunch is gonna basically make itself. I have chicken breasts here, and I'm gonna place these in the bottom of my slow cooker. I would double your sauce if you're gonna do 4 chicken breasts. You can pile them up too. I like to have a lot of sauce. I like my pulled chicken to be saucy and, like me. So double the sauce if you're gonna double the chicken. That's my personal rack. And then we're just gonna take the sauce and we're gonna pour it on top. Okay, go ahead and get that in there. I did not salt my chicken. Again, we appropriately salted the sauce, and that is gonna season our chicken, and so I am just not gonna stress about that. Normally I'm a salt monster, but today it's being done for us. So I just like to give my chickens a little bath in there. I like to go ahead and give them a nice little coverage, make sure that there's no dry bits. And then we're gonna go ahead and pop the lid on. And then you can cook this on low for 6 hours or on high for 3 hours, which is what we're gonna do because, like, let's be honest, lunch is in 3 hours. It is better when it is cooked on low. It is more tender, it's more moist, as one would expect, but there's no love lost because the sauce is great and the chicken is wonderful, and then like the onions, and then it's just, yeah. Anyways, so that's what's gonna happen. So our chicken is done. It cooked 3 hours on high, and then it's been keeping warm probably for about 30 minutes until I was ready to shred it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that now. It smells great. Just like a rich, deep barbecue sauce. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pull out the chicken and put that on my cutting board here. Oh, it's falling. I'm gonna need a different utensil for that. It's already falling apart. It's a whole situation. It's occurring, which is perfect. Means it's perfectly done. Let's go ahead and get this. There she is. Okay, you see how those onions just kind of basically caramelized and just really, I mean, they just kind of meld into it, and it's just really nice. So we're just gonna go ahead and shred this. All that means is that we're gonna take it and we're gonna pull it apart with 2 forks. I know, it sounds so complicated and so difficult, but it's just not. Love a good shredded chicken salad too. You know it's perfectly cooked when it's just coming apart just so beautifully like that. If it's giving you any resistance at all, then it is not cooked, and you should definitely cook it a little bit more before you proceed. Okay, now we have shredded all of our chicken, and she is gorgeous, and we're just gonna go ahead and kind of mix her into the sauce that was already on my cutting board, just so that we don't waste it. And I'll just give it a nice coating, right? And then we're gonna go ahead and plop her in this bowl here, and by plop, I mean delicately place. And there it is. Now you can, of course, take this extra sauce that is in here and pour it over the top. I'm gonna put it in another little dish here so that we can serve it with it. I find it to be, you kind of wanna let people add the barbecue sauce that they want on their chicken sandwich. I like an epic amount of barbecue sauce on my chicken sandwich, but I am not a normal barbecue chicken eater. And I acknowledge this, and that's okay. All right. It's sandwich time! Obviously, you could eat this in any way you choose. You can make a pork platter. I see you. But I'm gonna make a little sandwich here. And I'm gonna start with just a little bit of sauce, because I told you, I already warned you about me and the sauce. And I'm not ashamed. Get some chicken here. Just a little mound of chicken on my sandwich. It has to be, you can't have like a sad boiled chicken sandwich. It has to be a decent amount of chicken. More sauce, obviously. This is not gonna make for a really nice bite, but that's okay. It's gonna taste great. I'm stoked. And then I'm gonna put a bit of my, this is my healthy creamy slaw. You can get the recipe up there. And this slaw uses Greek yogurt instead of mayonnaise to make it lighter. It's also nice and tangy, and it goes really beautifully with the barbecue sauce. I just love the crunch of coleslaw with pulled chicken or pork. Like, it's just, like, that's how I like to eat my barbecue, no matter where in the country. All right, I miss you, St. Louis. Top on. Normally, I would have more sauce than this on here, but I'm a lady and I have to eat in front of you, and I don't need any of that going on. I did go on my first date with my husband to a barbecue place, which was a risky move. But here we are, and now we're married, so. We've got our sandwich perfectly layered and ready to go. It's a two-hand endeavor, my friends. 2 hands. It was a big bite. You've got that soft, tender chicken that cooked in the slow cooker, which was like totally hands-off and really easy. You got a little bit of heat from the barbecue sauce, from the cayenne. which has a little bit of kick. And then you get a little bit of creamy, crunchy beautifulness from the creamy coleslaw, which also has a tiny bit of sweetness. Not that we added any, it's just inherent in the dish itself. And it's just a beautiful pairing. And oh,